Okay, hello everyone. I'm here with a friend today called Colleen Macaulay, but she will introduce herself. I'm using Zoom today. It's my first time using Zoom to record this video, so we'll see how it goes. But again, just to introduce myself again, my name is Fatoumata Sidibe, and today we're going to talk about the Black Cooperative community that we have here. So yes, that's what we're going to talk about today, and I've got Colleen here with me, and I'm going to ask her certain questions just so that you guys that are going to be watching this later on will have an in-depth knowledge and also some further information about how this works and how individuals can actually benefit from joining our cooperative economy. Our cooperative economic community is a community where it's mainly based on cooperation. What we do is we sort of have a number of people that come together and we put money together and we give it to one person. So this happens every week. So when you join though, you're going to be waiting for between 4 to 6 weeks before it gets to your turn. But also there are certain things that you will have to do because you also have a responsibility to the community, and the community also has a responsibility towards you. So it's a mutual thing. It's all based on cooperation and the understanding that the community is working together so that every one of us benefits equally. What happens at the end is that it's usually that the people that join us are usually people that want to start a business, who are already in business, who are employees, but maybe they have a project to do, and they're able to use that money to go and do the project. But also we have many other people that join us. But it's mainly for the African and Black community in the UK. Because the reason why we decided to do this is to help our community access resources, financial resources, and other resources to be able to thrive in their businesses and also thrive in their personal lives. Because we all know that our communities, sometimes it's difficult for us to access these funds. So therefore, this is one way in which we are helping our community. And Colleen, is there anything you would like to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, you've said it all. It is what we are, to be honest. It's just something about empowering each other as we in the Black community, because sometimes it's difficult for you to get a loan. It could be difficult for you because maybe of your credit and all sorts of reasons. So we've looked at this and we said, what? How can we meet the help of those who cannot access such things? And the only way we saw see fit to do was to come together and say, you know what, okay, we are working, most of us are working, or some of us are in business, as you said earlier on. And so we could put some money together, go into this and kind of have more to do whatsoever we want to do, whether business related, whether a project and stuff. So I would say, yeah, this is a good thing because it's never been there before. And so it's not just even about what we are doing, but there is also a community spirit. You get to meet people who you haven't met for so long, and you get to know each other and you get to network. So it spans from all sorts of things: finances, networking your businesses, and you meet, you chat, and socially, with everything that is happening around us with the COVID and all that, sometimes you need somebody to talk to, you need to crack a joke and things like that. So this is what we do, and it's kind of very empowering, whether you are alone, whether you're looking for money, whether you want to start a business, it just does everything.
So yeah, that's great. So that's basically, it's a very simple thing. It's just the community coming together and helping each other, understanding that we have to do this for ourselves because every other community is helping themselves. And this is a matter of survival. And so that we prevent things like unemployment and issues with depression, health issues, and all these issues that are affecting the Black community, not just here in the UK, but in all over the world. We're hoping that this can be replicated, and I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's happening elsewhere. It's just that these kind of things are hidden. As I said before, it's for, we are mainly doing it for the African community, but Africans have been doing this for a long, long time. And this was a way the women in the community help each other to solve their financial problems, solve their community problems. And I've also picked up a book here, which is called Collective Courage. It's written by a lady called Jessica Gordon Memhard. And here she collated all the cooperatives that existed in the early 1900s and also in the 19th century in the US among the African American community. And they took it further, actually. They built supermarkets, they built factories, all due to the community coming together. And so this is a great, great thing.
Powerful.
And yeah, it's often hidden because people get carried away with other stories and stuff. But this has been happening in the African community for quite a while. So without further ado, I would like to ask Colleen a few questions just for the benefit of the audience that's watching, so that if you're watching, you know that this is actually beneficial for individuals. And you will see someone that looks just like you, and she will tell you how she benefited from this community. So Colleen, can you please tell me a little bit about yourself?
Right. Yeah, as you said earlier on, my name is Colleen Macaulay, from a family of three. And I've got two boys who are men now, and I've got a granddaughter, a beautiful granddaughter, Lola.
Okay.
So yeah, that's me, and also a working person. So by profession, I'm in the hair and beauty industry. Yes, you can see my African afro hair. Right?
Yes.
So my lockdown hair, yes.
Yes.
So I'm in the beauty industry, and so basically thriving at this times, especially when we have the COVID and everything. We all know it's been really hard and it's been really tough. So that's just what I do, and obviously I'm looking to expand in in everything that I'm doing right now. But then yes, so that's just what I am. Yeah.
Great. Also, I wanted to ask you, you've mentioned that you are in the beauty and hair industry, and I feel that's a very, very crucial industry for us as Africans and us as Black people all over the world, because we all know that hair and beauty, that's our area. I've seen so many surveys that have been done about this, and they say that the beauty industry and the beauty and hair industry all over the world is actually funded by the Black woman or the Black man. I think we spend about, they said 80% of that money is spent by the Black and the African
community.
yeah. So we can see that this is something that's very important for us. So you being in the beauty industry, the cooperative economy, I suppose it's been a very good thing for you to help you expand your business. But let me not just jump the boat. We'll get to that. So so what made you decide to join something like this? What made you decide to join this community?
One of the things that I think that was stated with this economic community group that we do is that like-mindedness. So it's family orientated. And so my sister was the person who was involved in this.
Yes.
And so when they stated that you all have to be like-minded, and the first person that you would think of would probably your family, because you know them on a personal level.
That's right.
And also it's a matter of trust in being in things like this. So that's how I got to be in it. My sister spoke to me about it. Obviously, initially you are thinking, oh, are you sure? You have all the questions. We've never done this before. We know the old pattern, ususu, that we do this and that. And he said, well, all the people that are in this are obviously people that I know myself, and they know their relatives and all that sort of thing. So she told me, she said, you know what, let me invite you and just see, to let me get you on a Zoom meetings, and you just see what it feels like, and from there you can make your decision. So that's how I got into this. I went to the Zoom meeting. It was kind of a very good family. The platform was really good, lively, people like-minded, everybody wanted to do something. It wasn't just about the money, but about the company, about the community, empowering each other and being happy that they're able to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So that got me, the amount of money that was in it as well, I wouldn't lie, got me. And so, yeah, I was like, oh, quite unbelievable to see what you can get. But then,
Yeah.
yes, so that's how I got into it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Obviously, we are online, and I know some of the viewers will question, well, but we are not friends and family. But just like you said, the most important thing is actually for the person that you're inviting to be like-minded. It's important for us to bring in. It's good for us to bring in family and friends because we know them. We know how they are. We know what to expect. But the most important thing, even with family and friends, is the like-mindedness, because we all have family and friends that are
That's the
sometimes not
borderline.
like-minded. So being like-minded with somebody, even if they're online, just like you guys are online and you'll be watching this, the most important thing is to be like-minded. If you're like-minded and you understand the aim of the cooperative economy, and you are interested in empowering your Black or African community, that's the most important thing. That means your family. That's the definition of family. Yeah. All right. Okay. So the next question I have for you, Colleen, is how long have you been in this? How long have you been in the community?
Let me go back to, was it October? I'd been in it since last year, October. Yeah.
Okay. All
So
right.
I
Okay.
think that was the first time I joined. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it's not actually that long. So you can see that it's not actually, you don't have to be in the community that long for you to actually get a benefit from it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what were the requirements of you joining the cooperative economic community?
Well, what it was, as we're saying, they actually asked for, the main thing was commitment. Commitment, and then they did say it's a life-changing experience, and it generates wealth, and it's looking for like-minded people who are committed to it. And so one of the things that they asked for as well was that, they get you into it. Somebody has to invite you into it. And then once you get into it, you as well invite somebody else.
Yeah.
Because we believe that when you're blessed, it is something that you share. You don't keep it to yourself.
That's
And
right.
so that is why this whole thing is so, it's surrounded by sharing, gifting, and blessing. And so what they did was invited me, and then I in turn had to invite two more people.
Okay.
And then those two persons invite another two persons. And so in the 4 to 6 weeks, with whatever the requirement was of money that you put down, it is actually double, or it could be triple, and so that was how it was for me. And true to its name, it did what it said it would do. And yeah, and it was and I didn't regret it, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that's great. That's great to know. Just to reiterate, if any of you are watching, if you have any comments, please, you can type it down in the box, in the comment box. And if you have any questions about the community, feel free to ask. We'll be happy to answer your questions at a later time when we get back to the video. And we'll also be doing other videos of these kinds of this sort. So there'll always be the opportunity to answer your questions. Okay, I was going to ask you, the next question was about how much you invested and how much you got, but I think I will leave that question until when we get to the webinar, because I think that's where the juice is. I think that's what people will be dying to know about. And I think that should be reserved for only the people that really, really are interested and really want to come to the webinar. So, because that shows a little bit of commitment. I don't know what you think, Colleen, do you think?
Yes, I think so, because what it's saying, this is a life-changing experience, and it's an opportunity to work as a community to reach personal and professional goals. And so if you want to be part of it, it means that it's a displayed effort, an equal effort to achieve
Yes.
equal outcomes of what we want to do.
Yes.
So that information is only for those who would obviously want to take the step and say, okay, I want to do this. And I've read everything, I've seen what you've said. I want to take a plunge to go into that direction with you guys. And I think that should be reserved for them because they've taken a step, a bold
Yeah,
step.
that's right. Yeah. Because I think, yeah, it should equal the people that are ready to make a commitment. But it's not just to say that it's not that much, and what you're getting is like much more. So
Yes.
in that sense, that's that the benefit outweighs what you are going to be investing financially. And it's not just the financial benefit that you're getting. You're also getting the benefit of the community, all the other things that come with it. Getting potential clients, getting potential mentoring opportunities, and all that. Because when you join the community, there'll be people that are more experienced than you in certain areas, even though you might also have more experience in other areas. But all those experiences is what is going to come together and help you further your business or further your project, or do whatever you want to do. So you'll have all the help that you need in the community. Right. So just this question is, how long did it take for you to get an amount when you joined the community? How long did it take for you to get a return, a financial return?
Okay, as I said earlier, it's a display of equal efforts to achieve the goal. If you meet the requirement of bringing your 2 people and in the procedure in which it works, then most certainly you might get your returns in 4 weeks,
right,
or in 6 weeks. But mostly, I think the first one I got was in 4 weeks, to be honest. It was so fast. That was 4 weeks. So that was really, really, really good. And it blew me off because honestly, they gave me a 6 weeks window and they come in before the 6 weeks. So that was,
I can imagine, because again, I don't think there's any institution that will give you, double your money, within 4 weeks. I don't think there's any bank in the world that will give you like 100% back of your money once you invest it. So even if that's the lowest that you're gonna get, even that's the least you're gonna get, I don't think there's any institution that will give you that return in 4 weeks.
That interest in so short a time. No. Even if you apply for a loan, sometimes it takes days, it takes a week or so. But exactly. I mean, with this as well, you're getting it and there is no interest building on it as well. And it's not something you're going to pay back for. It's just a one-off. You put something and that's you. And I think that was the confusing part for everybody to say, oh, how can you just put that and then you walk away and you come out with this much? But yes, it happens because it's the way how everything has been planned and the way how it's been worked out. As you said on the book that you introduced us, these things have been happening 100 years ago. So the format has been there. It's just that the whole world is picking on it now. But people have been doing it, like you said earlier, when people have been doing it. And it's got to us now and we have to appreciate it.
Yes, that's right. That's very true. All right, so let's get to the meat of the question. So I'm going to ask you, how has this, I understand you said you're in the beauty industry, here in the beauty industry. Yes. So how has this money improved your life? Specifically, if you can give us examples of how this money has actually helped you.
Well, yes, especially in times like this. I keep going back to the pandemic and things like that because when this money came, it was at that time when I just, we went back after the first pandemic, we opened the hairdressing salon and I find myself downsizing into a smaller hairdressing salon than I used to be before, obviously because my finances are not as strong as it used to be because of everything that's happened. So I moved into this new property and settled doing the hairdressing and everything, but then something was missing within this premises. That was the retail section, because I wanted to provide stuff for my own clients, even as much as not selling too much for the public because of the social distancing and all that sort of thing. But then I needed products instead of me running around a lot to get what I needed to get. I decided to have a retail area. So I thought about it and I left it until I became part of this group. So that was my project. that was my catch to say I needed to be in this so that I'll be able to do that. And so by the first time I got my money, that was the first thing I did. I got the guy to come and put up the slats, did an area for retail, and so I bought some products, and so this money helped me with that. Yeah, and if not for the pandemic, I was also introducing a hair school business as well, and working with the community, trying to see if we can sponsor them and all that sort of thing for young girls, young adults to come and have a feel of what it is to do African hair.
African hair,
yeah. So it helped me. It really helped. Yeah, and a bit of shopping. That is not the usual for me, but that helped me. I felt good going to the shops.
Yeah, absolutely.
Investing as well in my business. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so that's great news. So you can see a live example of how this cooperative community has helped someone who looks just like you, and she's used the money and invested it in her business, and now that has helped her business grow. It has helped her business expand to another area. She created a retail section, so now she bought the products, and also she invested it in creating a hair school. Did you call it like a?
Yes, it's a hair school that I wanted to do, but obviously it's in the way with this COVID. I'm
with
just
the COVID, but you got the resources to do it. So that's a very good example, and I can attest to that because although I haven't been to your salon yet, but I will be I will be probably finding a way to come and do my hair. But it's because of the COVID. Things are a bit things have changed a lot. So physical going to a salon physically, I'm not sure whether you're doing that. But I can attest to the fact that I've passed your salon and I've seen how you've done it beautifully. So that's
I forgot a point there. I redecorated as well. Obviously, I got some nice, pretty African fabric.
I don't know whether you were painting or something, or you had people painting there, so I could see. Yeah. All right. Okay. So that's a great thing. So that's one great example. You can see that she's one of the members of our cooperative economy, and how this community has helped her, helped her further push her business forward. And so that's what we hope to do with everyone who joins the community. If you're in business, or if you want to start a business, or if you are maybe working with a community organization, and you have a project that you need to do, this can also be a community that helps you with that. Not just with the financial side of it, but also with the people. When you need effort from people, when you need mentoring, when you need resources from people, the community is there to help you with that.
And signposting, I think we signpost as well.
And signposting, all of those things, because that's the whole point. It's for the community to help each other, move each other to be successful. Everybody's invested in everybody else's business, or in everybody's area that they are wishing to thrive in. So the last question that I have is, would you recommend other people to join the cooperative economy that you're in, and why would you do that?
Definitely I would, because it's blessed my life, so to speak. It's changed an aspect of my life. Sometimes we have wants and we don't have to meet those goals, and in a challenging time like this, it's done something for me. And so it's something that any day, I talk to people about it, and I encourage people, especially being a hairdresser. We see lots of different people every day. We get to kind of like counsel by talking, and you make suggestions. And so I would say 100%. It's something that I would advise somebody to get into. I came into it never thinking I would be part of even an admin or administrative person, or getting so deep. All I thought I was coming to is to just, okay, let's have the money and let's work out. But then it's bringing into different branches by empowering people, not just about the money, but how can we change our situations as Africans? We say our problem, we are the solution to our problem. So if we don't do it, nobody's going to do it. So I saw a wider part of it.
Mhm.
And so I would encourage anybody to be part of this, because
Mhm.
it's just not about the money, but it's about
Mhm.
being who we are, and also trying to empower ourselves and our communities. Yeah.
Okay, great, great. Thank you so much. That's the last question that I have. So
Mhm.
just to reiterate with the audience, yeah, this is a life example of someone who's benefited from the community. And we would like you to, if you, after having listened to Colleen and myself, if you feel like you are invested in empowering your Black or African community, wherever you are, this is something you could join and be part of that movement. Because I personally feel that this is the answer to our community, our getting our community to become successful. Because we have to understand that if unity is what we have. In unity, that's where our strength lies. When we get together and we do things together, then we can push ourselves faster. If we all sit by ourselves, if we are all working, in our own organizations, which is good, but if we're all working in our own organizations, it's like our resources are scattered. They are not really going into one bucket. They're not like, they're not going into one community. And so can be a starting point of where we empower each other. And so the trust builds. And once the trust builds, we can build institutions. We can start with, we can Colleen said, we can start with the salon, we can start with supermarkets, we can start with things that we actually need, because we have to eat, we have to do our hair, and all these
Yeah,
things.
that's
Once
it.
we start with those things, all other things can come out of that. But I feel like this is the foundation. And
Yes.
I think it's a very, very crucial thing that the African community, the African and Black community, should really, really look into joining and bringing on board in all the Black communities that are abroad, in the US and in Europe, wherever we are. Is there anything else you want to add, Colleen?
No, no, really, just don't waste time. Just get started.
Just get started, yeah.
Sometimes we feel like, okay, I'll do it. But then the earlier we start, the
Mhm.
better it gets.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, that's great, yeah. So
Okay.
again, before we end this video, the link for the webinar, to join the webinar, will be posted in the description box. If you just go there and you type in your name, it's a free webinar, you type in your name and your email address, and the link for the webinar will be sent to you. It will be on the 17th of February at 8 o'clock UK time. It's a free webinar and you don't have to make any commitment, but during the webinar, there'll be more details explained of how it all works, and also of other things that the people who are really interested will really get to know there. So yes, the link will be in the description box, and just go in there and type your name and your email address. And if there's nothing else, we'll just end this video, and we'll say goodbye to you wherever you are, or good afternoon. I know there are different time zones. If you're in the US, especially, good afternoon to you, or good morning. If you're in the UK or in Europe, good night, and have a great and wonderful rest of the evening. And bye-bye from myself, and
Bye. Goodbye,
goodbye.
everyone.